The wind is insane outside, by the way. Okay, so I know I don't usually do a lot of book hauls on this channel, but I realized this year that I buy a lot of books when I'm sad. So this is the I'm sad so I'm buying a lot of books book haul. Now, to be fair, a lot of these books I have either read or gotten secondhand. So I went to a couple of thrift stores yesterday and the day before, and I picked up 2 books for 50 cents, and I'm so happy about them. So the first one is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I am trying to collect all of the Harry Potter books, but I don't want to buy them brand new because I mean, I've already kind of started getting them secondhand and they're all pretty mismatched at this point. The next book I picked up is The Stand by Stephen King. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dude, you have a weird love-hate relationship with his writing style. I know. I know that I have not liked the 2 books that I read by him, but I've been listening to Salem's Lot, which is like his version of a vampire novel, and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. And I can't find that book at a used bookstore anywhere, and I used to be able to. So I think his books, because his movie's coming out soon, I think his books are getting kind of popular again. So I haven't seen a lot of his books in thrift stores. So I saw this and I thought I should just pick it up just in case I want to read it. Okay, so the rest of the books that I'm going to show you are books that I have already read. This first one is actually what made me want to give Stephen King another chance, and that is The Ruins by Scott Smith. This is a very gross horror novel, and it really reminds me of like those really creepy, cheesy, slightly fun 90s horror movies, early 2000s 90s kind of horror movies that we used to all love. It's really fast paced. I think I did like a mini review on it. I will leave the link to it down below. But the writing style of Scott Smith really reminds me of Stephen King's, minus all of the unnecessary detail that Stephen King puts in his novels. That's just my opinion anyway. My house is about to blow away. The next 2 books I picked up are by the same author, and I am in love with her books. So I picked up P.S. I Like You and By Your Side by Casey West. Now, I read By Your Side during the booktubeathon and I absolutely loved it. Then, because I enjoyed that book so much, I went and read P.S. I Like You. Oh, I love this book so much. I know that it's like really fluffy, cheesy romance contemporary, but I think at the time of reading this, I really needed something like this. I don't know which one I like more, but because I read this one last, I think it kind of stands out in my mind at the moment. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop talking about them. The next book I picked up isn't actually fiction, it's more of a writing manual, and that is The Anatomy of Story by John Truby. I don't know how to say his last name. But I heard about this book from my friend because we were talking about writing and all that stuff, and she really recommended it because this guy, John, is a screenplay writer, I think. I think he writes for either movies or like theater or something like that. And so this book has a lot of kind of exercises, and he breaks down how to come up with ideas and characters and makes it seem a lot more structural. I really think if you're trying to write anything, a story, a screenplay, a short story, whatever it is, this is really beneficial. And the last book I picked up I actually listened to on audio at the end of last year, so I never got my physical copy until now, and I'm so glad I did because it's probably one of my favorite non-fiction books that I've read. It is The Art of Asking by Amanda Palmer, and this kind of chronicles her life. I don't know if it would be considered as a memoir. I'm not sure. Let me know down below. But she tells kind of stories of how she got started and when she was a living statue. Let me see if I can find a picture, because there are pictures in this. Okay, so I can't find it, but she basically started off as a painted bride or something. I think that's what she called it, which is kind of what she's trying to portray at the front of the cover. And then she went on to creating a band, and then that all started off with like a Kickstarter campaign and all of that stuff. And this kind of really motivated me. Yeah, so it's really good. Anyway, I know that this video is kind of all over the place. The wind is howling in the background, but I never usually buy this many books in like a short period of time. So I thought I would just show you. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and if you want to see more of my videos, click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys soon.